Hello everyone, Jason Sutton, Guru TV, coming to you again, sharing with you a lesson that I just did not long ago, and showing you some before and after stuff that I'm doing with body pivot, with better players, and some things that I think that, if you have the flexibility level, is going to help you to hit the ball a little more solid. So, we're looking at, shape of the golf swing and also creating a consistent bottom to the circle and low point. This is a student of mine. His name's Rick, good player that has gone through some streaks of playing really well, and then struggled a bit with his contact and the direction of the shot. So we started working a little bit on a little more of a neutral, more centered pivot, keeping him a little more on top of the golf ball, and it's really starting to pay off. So the before is here on the left. As you'll see, the first move is a very flat shoulder plane move, where the head starts to move up and behind the golf ball. So, we said, well, let's work on trying to keep a little more stationary with the head, and the only way you can do that is to have just a little bit more steeper shoulder plane. And so the left shoulder's got to work down. You're almost going to feel like your spine's tilting forward, which it's not, but it's just a feeling if you've always moved too much behind the golf ball with too much side bend. So on the right here, definitely whatever you believe in as far as pivot, and I think there's different ways to do it. I think we would all agree that we don't want the head to move up and down. It can move side to side a bit, no problem, but Rick here is moved backwards and also upwards, which is going to cause some inconsistencies with creating a good bottom to his circle. So trying to feel like the left shoulder moves downward a little more at the start. As you can see, a lot more stationary head. As he gets to the top, you can see the head stays nice and centered. His eyes are level, and his hips are underneath him a little bit more. So we're still maintaining a good couple degree tilt behind the ball and away from the target, but we're just not winding up so much, especially with an iron, to where he has gone up and then back a little too much. That's almost like 10 degrees of tilt or 15 degrees of tilt going back. So then coming down, the lower body gets out in front, and then the head drops down and behind, which creates a lot of secondary spine tilt and impact, right? So as long as you shift back and get on top of the ball, then you're okay. But consistently, can you really do that? I don't know. Some guys I've seen that can do it, and we leave that alone. But with Rick, talking about we hit, occasionally gets a really fat shot or a really thin shot. This is a pretty good way to start to alleviate that. So you'll notice on the one on the right, where he's a little more on top of it, the hips still get out in front. The head stays a little more stationary, and you can see the handle gets a little more in front of the ball at impact, which definitely is going to increase the chances of hitting solid and moving low point back here to the left shoulder where it needs to be. So in the golfers feel that have always kind of moved off the ball, they're going to feel like they're reverse pivoting, but he's really not, obviously. As you can see, that's a pretty neutral pivot. The right hip is moved behind and up a little bit, which creates a nice little tilt to his hip girdles, which allows him to stay in his posture throughout the swing. And then he's up and through. So I'll share with you the down the line view so you can kind of see what's going on. And it's not that Rick's never been a real steep downswinger. He's always been pretty much on plane, a little laid off at the top. So we've got that really fixed there. You can see his nice on line at the top of the swing. Really looks good. And then this allows him to really get out and through it and hit the ball nice and solid and straight. And you can see how he maintains his tilt all the way through, finish, and stands up. So just some things I've been working on. Appreciate you checking out the blog at golfgurutv.com. Leave some comments below if you get any suggestions on how I can improve this, and hope this helps. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.